Hi, I'm Jessica Lahr, and this is a look at your week in the Finger Lakes. Several communities are drying out after a storm cell-packing torrential rain passed through southern Wayne County early Monday evening. As much as 3 inches of rain fell on Clyde, Williamson, Newark, and Lyons in less than an hour. Earlier in the afternoon, it was Eastview Mall in Victor that was hit hard by the storm, causing a storm drain to overflow, which flooded the parking lot and caused minor damage to some stores inside the mall. While rain remains in the forecast heading into the weekend, the chance of precipitation is low and showers and storms should be widespread before things clear up for another fabulous weekend. Friday will be partly sunny with a 40% chance of a passing thunderstorm, and there will be a 30% chance of rain overnight and into Saturday, where it will be partly sunny with a high in the low 80s. On Sunday, mostly sunny skies with a high of about 83 degrees. For the complete local forecast and live radar images, visit our local weather center online or on the FingerLakes1.com Android or iPhone app. In the news this week, 3 people were killed in 2 crashes Sunday afternoon on area highways, one in Wayne County and the other in Seneca County. One person was killed shortly after 1 p.m. in a head-on crash on routes 5 and 20 in an area known as the Montezuma Flats in the town of Tyre. Deputies said a pickup truck driven by 58-year-old Ralph Brown of Oswego was westbound and went into the eastbound lane. The driver of the other vehicle, 20-year-old Josiah Robin of Locke, New York, was pronounced dead at the scene. State police said a Palmyra couple was also killed about 1:20 p.m. when their motorcycle was hit by a pickup truck on Route 14 in Sodus. James and Tammy Etherly, both in their 40s, were pronounced dead at the scene. Both accidents were the result of a car crossing the middle line, resulting in the deaths of the drivers in the oncoming lane. It was a big win for developers of Lago Casino in northern Seneca County late last week. Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack brought a lawsuit in March challenging the State Gaming Facility Location Board's recommendation of a tire casino for a gaming license, saying the Lago Resort and Casino would impede on the existing racetrack's business. Acting Justice James Ferreira ruled in State Supreme Court in Albany late Friday afternoon that the Farmington track doesn't have a standing in the case. NASCAR returned to Watkins Glen last weekend, and it was Joey Logano making history, becoming the first driver to ever win both Saturday's Zippo 200 and Sunday's Cheez-It 355. Perhaps overshadowing Logano's performance was the return of Tony Stewart to the Finger Lakes, 1 year after he was involved in the on-track death of Kevin Ward Jr. at Canandaigua Motorsports Park. Attorney for the family of Kevin Ward Jr. says the driver's death could have been avoided and has been filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Stewart on behalf of the Ward family. Stewart has previously been cleared of any wrongdoing by an Ontario County grand jury. Football season is just around the corner, and the Buffalo Bills open their preseason schedule on Friday night against the Carolina Panthers. On Monday, new Bills head coach Rex Ryan named Matt Castle as the starter at quarterback over E.J. Manuel for Friday night's game, which kicks off at 7. For the 27th consecutive year, Empire Farm Days is underway at Rodman Lot Farms on Route 414 in Seneca Falls. The event has become an iconic event for New York farmers and families to learn about the newest farming technologies and equipment, and for the general public to marvel at displays and demonstrations. Monday afternoon found vendors busy preparing for Empire Farm Days after heavy showers overnight added mud to the variety of things that can be seen there. Rachel Burkholder was on site and captured these images from Seneca Falls. Over 75,000 people are expected to attend Farm Days in Seneca Falls through the end of the expo on Thursday. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the week's top local photos and weekend events.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's one place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
Congratulations to Hobart Janetsko, the 52-year-old New Jersey woman who swam the entire length of Cayuga Lake on Friday night. At about 11:30 p.m., she began her 20-and-a-half-mile, 11-hour swim and stepped out of the lake shortly before 8 a.m. on Saturday at Treman State Marine Park in Ithaca, where a crowd of about 40 gathered to cheer her accomplishment. Her hopes to eventually swim the length of 9 of the 11 Finger Lakes next up, Janetsko, is at Seneca Lake. August is a gorgeous month here in the Finger Lakes, and our local photographers do an amazing job of capturing that beauty. Here are a few of our favorite local photos from the past week. Renee Meeks was up early on Saturday morning to experience the sunrise at Depot Park on Cayuga Lake in Hammondsport. On Sunday morning, Bill Hecht launched his drone to capture this aerial view of the start of Auburn's annual Great Race near Owasco Lake. Tom Libero sent us this mesmerizing photo of Seneca Lake on a perfect summer Sunday afternoon. Bill Kaminsky and his dog Izzy were enjoying a walk along the Taganek Falls State Park beachfront on Cayuga Lake on Sunday. Rachel Burkholder captured this image of the sunflowers along Route 414 between Seneca Falls and Clyde, which are at their peak right now and make for an incredible sight. You can check out more recent local photos by clicking on the Photos link at the top of our homepage or by tapping the Photos tab on our app. In local theaters this weekend, another Marvel superhero movie debuts as Fantastic Four will be in theaters on Friday night. Also playing locally, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Vacation, The Gift, Minions, and Straight Out of Compton. For movie times at theaters close to you, click on Movie Times at our homepage or on the FingerLakes1.com app. The 2015 Vino and the Beast race is set for this Saturday in Geneva. There will be on-site registration available at Zugaby Vineyards on Friday night during the kids' run and on the day of the main race at Three Brothers Wineries. Check out this 30-second promo for race day. The centennial celebration of Van Cleef Lake continues in Seneca Falls and runs through next Thursday. Donna the Buffalo is playing at Inspire More Winery on Friday, and a big week at CMAC in Canandaigua with REO Speedwagon on Thursday night and Santana on Saturday evening. There are tons more local events slated this weekend across the region. For a full list of activities and details, visit our community events calendar. If you missed it on FingerLakes1.tv this week, on Weber This Week, Harold Weber gives an update on the 2 New York baseball teams with just over a month left in the season, and also congratulates the Geneva City Golf champion.
Fan, it could be a little tears this morning under the good eyelids.
4.5 game lead going into Friday night's game with Toronto with a 3-game series. Hello, it's 1.5 today. They get swept, losing 2-0, 2-1, 6-0, and then 2-0. So Toronto now has closed that gap to 1.5 games. Lots of games left. But again, keep in mind, I know Yankee fans are suffering this morning getting swept by Toronto at New York Yankee Stadium. But again, I think it's misleading, and I keep reminding you, baseball fans, some of you old-timers don't need me to remind you. But the key here is, yes, there's only a 1.5 game spread. But most importantly, look at the loss column. That's the only column, as Jimmy would vouch for me on this. As you go down the stretch in baseball, you can never make up a loss. However, if you haven't played as many games as Jessica's team or Jimmy's team, you can always get that W for the win. The loss column, you can't change. Toronto is 3 games back in the loss column to the Yankees. That's good news for the Yankee fans because it's misleading when you're only 1.5 ahead, but you got 3 games in the loss column. Now, granted, the Yankees have to win a couple of those games to get it paired. But again, remember, loss column, and give credit to Toronto. I never thought they would spend the billions or millions of dollars. They bring in Tulowitzki from Colorado, an all-star, phenomenal player. They spend a fortune on him. They bring in David Price from Detroit, and he pitched a phenomenal game over the weekend. So they are spending a lot of cash to make a run to win that American League East. So it's not a great day for the Yankees. But again, I like it. Look at it this way. 3 games in the loss column as we go down the stretch. How about the amazing Mets, huh? Never been a Mets fan, but I got to give credit where credit is due. They're playing superb baseball. They're getting great pitching from their cast of 5. So the Mets are going to be hanging in there probably the rest of the year. And I love the Cubbies story. The Cubbies, to me, I would love to see the Cubbies make the playoffs. They're playing superb baseball, and I'm just praying and hoping they get in. I know it's going to be the wild card because the Cardinals are just so superior than anybody else in the National League. But I just love to see those Cubbies get into the playoffs. So that's where I'm pulling for. By the way, congratulations. Speaking of Jessica Geneva, congratulations goes out to Steve Aquilano, a phenomenal golfer who had won 3 city golf championships, make it 4. He beat Mike Long yesterday, 1 up after 36 holes. That's the 18 and 18, 36-hole finale. Wins 1 up against Mike Long. I called Geneva Country Club this morning to get that information. Congratulations from all of us to Steve Aquilano up in Geneva for winning his 4th Geneva City Championship. Pretty impressive, Jimmy. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, Steve's a great golfer, and that's a great tournament. I think they do it over Seneca Lake, Geneva Country Club, both courses.
No, they did Big Oak in Seneca Lake.
Big Oak and Seneca Lake this year, no Geneva Country Club.
Not the 18 and 18.
Huh.
That's the way they did it.
Well, I've played with Steve, and he's great stick, yeah. Good champion.
That's great. So congratulations from us here at FingerLakes1.com. By the way, speaking of golf, the final major is coming up starting Thursday.
On Monday night's Finger Lakes Golfer podcast, a review of a new golf and casual clothing line by Link Soul.
It's time for Bobby's Pick of the Week. All right, Bob, what do we got this week?
Well, first of all, I would probably call it Rhett's Pick of the Week. He was kind enough to get out to Link Soul and contact them and have us try out some of their
yeah, he knew all about Link Soul.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Which, by the way, that's your pick of the week.
Yep, and I'm glad that he introduced us to him because their apparel's very nice.
More than happy to do it. More than happy to do it.
Right now, you look like a mannequin in a Link Soul department store.
Right at the.
He's got the hat on. He's got the sweet T-shirt.
He's straight out of Oceanside, California, right out of their shop.
Yep. I love their apparel. It's nice and light and
it's amazing.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, the
you
comfort
ever have one
level.
of those T-shirts at home that your wife's always trying to throw out, and you just can't live without it because these come out of the package like that, feeling like that, nice, soft, and
you don't want to take it off.
Yeah, I don't have a better way to describe it.
Yeah, we all have Link Soul T-shirts on tonight, right?
Yeah, they did us right.
And very light. But you're not going to wear the T-shirts golfing usually. I really love this Link Soul golf shirt.
That's their. I think that's one of their best ones.
And very minimal branding. You know, you can see right there on the sleeve, you'll see just a tiny little logo. And then if you were to wear this untucked, there's another one down here. So very minimal branding, very classic look, and that
Very
same Pima cotton
Yeah.
lightness that's in the T-shirts. And I wore this for 36 holes a couple weeks right when we got them, and felt just as fresh, you know,
Yeah.
after the 36 holes it did the first hole.
Well,
And you can this style of shirt will take you from the golf course to the picnic, to the
Yeah.
beach, to
It's
your
a-
bowling league or whatever. This is a streetwear as much as it is golf wear, and a lot of golf shirts.
Yeah.
You know, they're golf. You can tell they're golf shirts.
Yeah,
right.
they're not looking to kind of, you know, jump out at you like you know, another, you know, some of the other tight-fitting shirts that are out there that are all bold colors. You know, they're really relaxed color, little relaxed feel, Cali vibe. You know, that's where
Yeah.
they're from. So they gotta.
And the cut on the golf shirts are very nice. I
Absolutely.
mean, not restrictive or anything like that.
Yeah.
Some of the, it's easy to swing in. You know, light. I really enjoyed wearing it.
Well, it's like John Ashworth is the owner and the founder of the company, and from once when he parted ways with Ashworth, they were bought by TaylorMade Adidas.
Yeah, now that's the interesting story about
Yeah.
these guys. They didn't just come out of anywhere.
No, he's
yeah. You could tell the story.
well, my good friend of mine out in San Diego told me about Link Soul, and he's friends with John Ashworth, and he was we were talking about the Ashworth stuff at one point, and he was saying, you know, John's not there anymore, he's moved on, and he's got this brand Link Soul, you should check it out. So went on their website and checked it out, ordered a shirt, and he had a couple he kind of directed me to, and I think the one you have there, Jim, is one of the ones that I purchased, and just couldn't believe how soft it was and how playable it was. It just can't say it enough. You know, that cotton that they use, 100% cotton shirts, but they don't feel like the old heavy cotton shirts that, you know, you sweated in, and you weren't wearing those out after a round of golf. You know,
Right.
like Jim was saying, you can untuck it and wear it out after you've played 18 holes or 36 holes in it, and just the quality of the design is, you know, you could tell that, you know, John Ashworth has his footprint all over it based on all the stuff he did in the, you know, the 90s and 2000s. You know, all the Freddie Couple shirts that we used to see. You know, you see some of that, but then you also see the, you know, more traditional / modern look. You know, he kind of blends the two. A lot of good products, from the polos to sweaters. You know, the type of materials they use with the cashmere sweaters and the cotton polos and all the different looks that they have. They've really done well putting their line together.
And this year, it's make par not war is one of the things they're saying.
Yep.
You can see this T-shirt right there in the screenshot is the same T-shirt I have on
Absolutely.
right now there,
Make par not war.
and which is pretty cool.
Link the soul of the game to the players.
And you know, when you told me, I'm not a big guy who follows like the golf fashion industry or anything like that, but I do know that several years ago, for my company, I bought. I knew a guy who was an Ashworth salesman, and I bought a whole fleet of logoed Ashworth shirts. That was back when they had the double bar
The
on
collar.
the collar.
Yeah.
And so I had like four white shirts with the logo, 4 dark blue shirts, a couple red shirts, and we distributed. Got a lot of them. Got a nice deal too, and I still wear those. I'm telling you, this was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still wear those shirts golfing because they were such high quality
Right.
and such a classic design.
Yep.
And more recently, the Ashworth shirts, I've just noticed I haven't been up to that standard.
Right.
And I didn't, and then to find out that John Ashworth left
Yep.
the company
Yep.
to go, and now TaylorMade basically was running the Ashworth
yeah.
brand.
You can tell the styling now is a lot different with them, and he's, you know, not having him there definitely has affected that product.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you say, well, guess what? You know, here, check out this Link Soul stuff. You know who this is? John Ashworth.
Right.
And you know, it's amazing. You think fashion and shirts and designs, you know, not too much to it, but the Link Soul stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
And some of the newer stuff from some of the bigger known brands
Right.
just doesn't hold
No,
up.
it doesn't compare to this stuff as far as a lot of those shirts, like you said, you're not going to wear those out after playing 18 holes. Those are loud and in your face. These are very stylish and kind of the. I guess he said his color patterns and color choices are more like kind of like an Japanese Asian type of choices. Subtle, not bold and bright, just kind of relaxed. And he's doing a good job with this. This is definitely hit a home run with it.
Yeah, so highly recommended. Link Soul.
Absolutely.
LinkSoul.com. That's Link Soul, SOUL. Link Soul. And a whole bunch of great stuff. They got a end of summer special running on their website right now.
Yeah, they're always running sales. I mean, they do. You check any given day, something's on sale. So they're always having good deals there.
Also on Monday night, Chad
good
Wynn
shirts,
called into the
professional.
Crash Course podcast to talk about the upcoming demo derby at the New York State Fair.
Chad, what are you taking to the State Fair?
Well, I've never been a big fan of the show. I mean, down this way, and I'm sure you've seen the mentality in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Guys like to run hard. They like to push the limits. Up there, it's outlast. Outdrive and outlast. It's not
Pretty
who's
much.
got the toughest car. It's who can stay out of trouble the most and keep your car cool. And of course the right car is absolutely key up there. I mean, we've seen guys win in 6-cylinder cars plenty of times.
Yep.
But also we've seen guys win in mid-sized cars and even some big stuff.
And no matter what, if you win,
About
you
8,
leave
9
it there.
years ago,
Get your
Jeff
battery
Dixon went
box
up there and won
battery,
with a
that's it.
Diplomat. It just so happened he stayed out of trouble. He kept his car cool, and that was the deciding factor.
Right. Well, Chad, man, I hope that we see you in the postseason. Good luck at the State Fair. Jim Elman.
Check out all of this week's episodes at fingerlakes1.tv or on the Finger Lakes One TV tab on our app. All of our audio programming is also streaming in rotation on Finger Lakes One Radio. Thanks for joining me for another edition of FLX Weekly. I'll be back next Wednesday afternoon for FingerLakes1.com. I'm Jessica Lahr, hoping you have a fantastic summer weekend.